universe is infinite is what most astrophysicists would agree upon, is that the universe is infinite, and even if it's not, matter itself is being stretched at a rate we can't even perceive, right? This is what's known as dark matter. And I'm not an astrophysicist by any means. I take an interest in that stuff. I take an interest in space, astronomy in general. If the universe is infinite, why do I matter? That's another tough question, but we're here to answer it. We're here to give it a go. That's what this channel's about. And I can't guarantee a long response on this one because the answer, it's kind of right in our face. If the universe is infinite, why do I matter? Or do I matter? Both questions can be interchangeable. I hate to answer this one right away, but I think you don't. And let me elaborate, because there is a positive response to this. I go a little more in depth. Of course you matter, but scientifically, you don't. You don't even exist scientifically. As a matter of fact, if you could even zoom out, if it was even possible to zoom out on the universe, which theoretically, again, you can't because it's infinite, but if you could somehow, if you had a God view of the universe, you don't even exist. You're not even a follicle. You're not even a cell. Who's to say you ever existed at all? So on the books, scientifically, you don't matter and you never did. However, when I hear this kind of pessimistic or nihilistic approach to reality, which you often hear, right? Media is constantly pushing that type of narrative on you to be depressed, sad, nothing matters. And this may not make any sense to most people, but to me, I matter so little, right? That I think you do matter. And I know that's a weird way to put it. I understand. But I think you matter so little that you matter. And what I mean by that is we are so perfect. The position of the earth, close in terms of relativity to the sun and the earth being in the orbit they are, is so perfect that if it was changed slightly by any degree, you would have a vastly different outcome. Who's to say life would even have evolved on this planet if we weren't as close as we are? Now, what does that tell you? What does that tell any sane person who sees that statistic, sees that concept? What does that tell you? Well, it could tell you a few things based on who you are. It could tell you, wow, like, what the hell? The chance of us being here is so astonishingly low that perhaps it's divine. Perhaps God put us here. I tend to lean more in that direction. I fully believe that we're here by divine creation. However God looks, if God's an alien, if God is Jesus Christ, God created us. That's where I tend to fall on that subject. Some people would view that very same scenario as comic, I'm forgetting the word, but cosmic joke, a cosmic joke, because we're so perfectly aligned and we're alive, but we have yet to even encounter any other life form. So are we a cosmic joke in the sense? Maybe. I think, yeah, in some ways. Yeah. There are no corners to space, there only is space. But in our human terms, we call our corner of the galaxy is so small. The nearest star is, I think, Alpha Centauri, Proxima Centauri. It's 4 light years away, I think. But that would take, by our technology today, tens of thousands of years to get to. kind of getting back to the question, if the universe is infinite, why do I matter? You matter because things you care about matter. You matter because people love you. You matter because even though we don't matter, you can still find purpose in this life. The concept of love, even though it's human, I would disagree that it's human. I would disagree that it's only human. I've seen it. You know, cows. When cows give birth, they care about their youth. They care about their babies enough to sacrifice their own life. If you look at a duck and their ducklings, like a mother duck will distract any predators approaching their ducklings so that the ducklings can live. Is that a chemical signal? Or is that love? The idea that love permeates beings on this planet is beautiful. Truly. It's incredible. We matter because we matter to us. And that's not a very conclusive answer, but I think that's the closest I'll ever get. We matter because we don't matter. We don't matter so much that caring about stuff and loving is what makes us matter. That's a lot of matter. That's a funny word, matter, if you say it a bunch. It's kind of funny. But you matter. You matter. And I said at the beginning of the video that technically you don't, but that's not my belief. That's just a technicality. And if you live your life by technicality, I think that's bullshit. Don't live your life by technicality. Live it with the most sure thing you can. Live it with the most sure thing you can, even though everything is subject to change. Everything. Nothing is permanent. But live it with the most assurance you can. And that's love. There's no explanation for it other than chemical signals, whatever. That's bullshit. Love is pure. It transcends our human form. And live life with love. That's the most sure thing there is in this world. And that's what makes you matter.